The committee of the whole for Tuesday, October 8th, 2024. Let the record show that all aldermen are present with the exception of Alderman Panis, who is excused. First on our agenda we have remaining here is PL 85-24 by Mayor Olean to authorize the transfer of $30,000 from the water fund contingency to line item 8340.447 for costs associated with the reservoir cleaning and inspection. As it turns out, we have a new PL and resolution here tonight for consideration, so we no longer need this one. We weren't sure about that, so I'm going to make a motion to postpone this indefinitely. Could I get a second, please?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Benyon. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we have PL 96-24 by Mayor Olean to authorize the transfer. As it reads right now, it says $79,714. All right, it should read $76,714. So just so you're aware, we will make a formal amendment in the regular meeting for this. Okay, so it's $76,714. From Capital Fund 213 to line item 8340.447 for the costs associated with the reservoir cleaning, inspection, and mixer installation. So, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, thank you. You've been provided with the, Brad gave you, last week Brad gave all the information. The question was, after last week's meeting, is how much do we have in the city building HVAC fund out of the ARPA money? And Len has provided that information. We had $111,771.41. So we have enough money to transfer out of that line item and to cover the cost of the tank cleaning of the tanks and putting the mixers in. And then that'll give us about $35,000 left in the HVAC fund of the ARPA funds there for the city building.
All right, thank you to Brad and Lenz for giving us the details. Are there any comments or questions on this? Okay, seeing none, I'll entertain a sponsor.
I'll sponsor.
Motion's made by Alderman Anastasia.
I'll second.
And seconded by Alderman McCall. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. It's referred to tonight's regular meeting. I'll make a motion to adjourn. Could I get a second, please?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman Robinson. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. We're adjourned. I'll call to order the regular meeting of the Common Council for Tuesday, October 8th, 2024. Will the clerk please call the attendance roll?
Councilman Benyon.
Here.
Councilman Panis.
Here.
Councilwoman Forney.
Here.
Councilwoman McCall.
Here.
Councilman Robinson.
Here.
Councilman Anastasia.
Here.
And President Crawford.
Here, please rise for the invocation and the pledge of allegiance.
Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us to engage in meaningful discussion, allow us to grow closer as a group, and nurture the bonds of this community. In your name, we pray.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Reading correctly the approval of minutes of the previous regular meeting.
The regular meeting of the Olean Common Council was held on Tuesday, September 24th, 2024 at 6:10 p.m. Present were Alderman Crawford, Benyon, Panis, Forney, McCall, Robinson, and Anastasia. None were absent.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous regular meeting. Could I get a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Benyon. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Committee reports and unfinished council business.
None?
Communications from the mayor.
Excuse me, thank you. I'm going to announce that I've selected the homeless task force members. They will be from Casa Trinity, Cattaraugus County Department of Community Service, Cattaraugus County Department of Social Services, City of Olean Code Enforcement, City of Olean Common Council, City of Olean Fire Department, City of Olean Police Department, Connecting Communities in Action, Genesis House, Greater Olean Area Churches, Olean City School District, Olean General Hospital, St. Bonaventure University, and SUNY JCC Cataracts campus. So we will be holding the organizational meeting on October 16th here in the city building at 10 a.m. At that time, we will have all the names of everybody that they're going to be representing all those organizations. So I just want to point out that we had several people that applied to the Senate letters. We had about 30-some people that asked to be on the task force. So we, for the initial setup, I didn't want to have a task force of 25, 30 people. So we're sticking with organizations that deal with homeless in the community. So we'll keep you posted on how the meetings go.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, for that and for the volunteers that stepped forward to serve on this committee. The council looks forward to seeing progress and again, hopefully a playbook for how we approach this as it continues to grow and be a part of our community. Anything else?
We have a special proclamation for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Special proclamation for National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Whereas National Breast Cancer Awareness Month honors women who lost their lives to breast cancer and recognizes the survivors who courageously continue to fight the disease. Whereas almost 13% of the female population will develop breast cancer in their lifetime, but death rates have been dropping since 1989. This decrease, primarily in women younger than 50, is believed to be a result of early detection through screening, increased awareness, and better treatments. Therefore, in recognition that increased awareness is a tool in fighting breast cancer, I, William J. Alio, Mayor of the City of Olean, on behalf of the Common Council, do hereby proclaim October as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month in the City of Olean. Furthermore, I commend the Olean professional firefighters for wearing special shirts to honor those who have fought the disease, and I urge all women and their families in the City of Olean to get the facts about mammography and other screening methods. In testimony thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the seal of the City of Olean, the 8th day of October, 2024, for the City of Olean, New York, William J. Alio, Mayor.
And we have with us tonight members of the Olean Fire Department, and I'd like to ask them to come forward so I can present them with this proclamation. And I commend them for their work. For the past many years, they have wore shirts commemorating Breast Cancer Awareness Month. As you can see, the shirts they're wearing, and we want to thank them for it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Being here. This proclamation. Thank you.
Okay. Miscellaneous communications.
None.
City official reports.
None.
Proposed legislation and referrals.
Bill number 96-24 by Mayor Alio, referred to Committee of the Whole Tuesday, October 8, 2024 by Council President.
All right. So before I open it up to public comment, any members of the public with us, I'd like to give an opportunity to a member of the council to make a statement at this time. Alderwoman McCall.
So last night we had the comprehensive plan public meeting, and there were a few people attended, which we always appreciated, and a couple of people online, but the information is going to be up, and they're going to be posting the comprehensive plan, so, we encourage the public and the citizens of residence, that both live here and have businesses here, to make sure that there's several areas that looking for input. It's hard when people express all kinds of complaints, concerns, and constructive things even on Facebook, but then they don't come forward to public meetings. So I would encourage and both challenge the residents of Olean to participate in this process, as it's the steering for the next 20 years for the city.
Okay, thank you, Alderwoman McCall. And as the comprehensive plan winds down, I want to thank everyone who participated as a part of that process. A lot of what happens goes on behind the scenes, and it's a big time commitment. And you're absolutely right. This is the steering document for the next 20-year plan, and that it's not something that we just put on a shelf and it collects dust. It drives short-term plans and it drives annual plans, and it also is a big driving force to help us pursue grant monies, which ultimately rolls down to improving our parks and our facilities for the residents and roadways and more roundabouts. So, right, Alderman Anastasia. All right, so, anything else from anybody else?
I just have one.
Yes, Alderman Anastasia.
It's nothing that needs to be done this year, though. I had a couple constituents ask if their DPW request, if the leaf pickup and stuff could sort of ending in September, could end in October. I said I would bring that concern to you guys to see if that could be possible. And people that called said that also the other complaint was is they like the spring cleanup idea, but they just don't like when it's being done in the middle of summer. They asked if it could be done either in the spring or fall, because people are on vacations and maybe you'd get more people willing to jump in on that. So those were two concerns I had from the same person. So I thought I'd bring them up and see if maybe the mayor can work with Ben and see if that could be switched.
Thank you, Alderman Anastasia. Anything else?
I would just like to say,
Alderwoman Forney.
sorry. It's okay. Yeah, and this is just something little, and when the mayor was talking about our task force that we're putting together, I think when we're addressing this and talking about it, all the organizations that he mentioned work with our homeless population or people who may be facing those challenges. So I think as a council and as we're supporting those organizations, we, instead of, dealing with that, we should be using that messaging of working with. And I know some of our residents and business owners have a level of frustration, but, we've discussed kind of that being a byproduct of some other issues that are happening in our community. So, I think we approach this in working with people who are facing those challenges instead of dealing with that. And changes it in a more positive approach.
No, I totally agree. I think this is a great collaborative move to try to work with all these different agencies, get players together in the same room, and hopefully make some positive changes. Anything else? I thought you were going to raise your hand again. Okay, seeing nothing, we'll quickly read the public comment statement.
The public comment portion of the Common Council regular meeting is established to provide members of the community with the opportunity to publicly state their views, voice their concerns, or to provide input pertaining to any issue affecting city government. Additionally, the mayor, Common Council members, and city department heads encourage any person with questions to contact them at their offices.
Okay, at this time I'll invite any members of the public to approach the podium. State your name and address for the record, please, and you'll have 5 minutes.
Thank you. Good evening. Paul Petruzzi, 417 East State Street. I wanted to echo what Councilwoman McCall had said about the comprehensive, about the meeting that we had last night. There were, as I counted, 6 residents, property owners in Olean who were there. 6. And that included Councilwoman McCall and the mayor and Carrie Kerber. So I would have hoped that some other members of the council would be there. I would have hoped that some other members of the community would be there. This is a very important document for the next 20 years. Zoning is very concerning to me. We have a homeless problem in the city. We have a drug-related problem in the city and a crime problem in the city. We have too many commercial structures mixed together with residential ones. Zoning is going to be a huge issue, and I think that there should be more input from the community. I think that having the city Facebook be the only source for advertising this meeting, a lot of us tried to share that on our own platforms to get people there, but I don't think that the word really got out enough. And I'm hoping maybe now the council or the mayor's office could do something to get the word out, to let people have one last chance to voice their opinions online in some way. So I'd ask that somebody look into that and see that get done. The other thing that I would like to address are phases 3 and 4 of the walkable Olean implementation and construction. I would have hoped that there would have been more coordination between the planning and the design stage and its actual implementation on site. And by that I mean you can look at what's been done on East State. Look in front of my house, for example. I have 500-year-old maple trees, and right in front of those 5 maple trees, directly underneath the power lines, they've installed 3 more deciduous trees that will grow to at least 50 feet. They're already touching the power lines. Bad design. It shows that somebody did it on their computer with the CAD program without actually being on site and looking at what's there. The benches, all of the benches, and I don't know who designed this or why, are facing the houses. So if you had a house on East State, or now if you have a house on South Union, and the benches are installed facing your front bedroom or your front living room, you really want that? I mean, I would think that it would be more like Lincoln Park, where the benches are actually facing the street, right? The other problem I fear that it's going to cause is, you have this bike trail and this walking trail, and it's going to cause people to stop and not to watch the walkers, but you're going to, or bikers, or chit-chat, but you're going to have other issues. People hanging out and sleeping on the benches, and it's just, you already have that on North Union, by the mall and Burger King, and even now in front of, the Manny Hanny building, you have that bench problem too. So it's going to require some more enforcement. Lastly, with respect to that implementation, I'm a homeowner there. I'm now responsible for maintaining the sidewalk in front of that property. It's double the size. I didn't ask for it, and now I'm being required to maintain that spring, summer, winter, and fall. Particularly winter, when if it's being used as a bike trail, you're going to get those lines. And you can't get those lines off, they turn to ice like that. So I would hope that the city would do something. It's a bike trail, it's a shared trail. It's not my sidewalk anymore. It's the public sidewalk. So I would hope that somebody would look for maybe some future grant funds to maintain that shared sidewalk. Because it's really unlike any other sidewalk in the city, and it was treated differently than any other sidewalk in the city. So I'm hoping, just for fairness, to treat us like the rest of people who have sidewalks in front of their house that, weren't asked for, or a walking trail behind their house that wasn't asked for, that, the city do something to assist in the maintenance of that. Other than that, thank you for continuing to work toward making Olean a better place. I'm really concerned about the next 20 years and the growth. I'm really concerned about the proliferation of nonprofit property owners not paying their fair share in taxes, and the current assessment of the mall and what the mall owner is paying in taxes is a crime. It's a travesty. To know that that guy is paying taxes based on an assessed value that's 10% of its actual value, to me, as a homeowner and taxpayer and commercial property owner in the city, it's borderline offensive. And I'm sorry to say it that way, but it's not fair. You know, pay your fair share. You're using the services like everybody else. So please do something to look into that, and please make sure that that's not a problem that keeps recurring. The city needs good retail, but we don't need it that bad at the expense of everybody else.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
Hello, everyone. My name is Sonia. I live at 145 Union Street at the corner of East Endley. I have a problem. I came here, and I'm here for 8 years, living now, and homelessness, it bothered me badly. They come on my property, and on the corner, they'll sit, smoke, and drink, and leave the stuff behind where my house at. I got my shopping cart rolled into my place that I had to call the police. I was sick, so that's on the record here. For me, I'm from New Jersey, and I work for a nonprofit organization through Shelter Assisted also, and we try to help like the homelessness that the homeless ones that don't want to take their medicine and clean themselves up. In New Jersey, we also have a place that they can go take a shower and look clean on the road. Now I'm doing physical therapy, and I'm so afraid. I have anxiety to wake up every morning, like 2 days a week, to walk to the hospital because I see like people, you know, like crazy people going off, talking, throwing things and stuff. It's really crazy. The next point that I want to share, I was on the dollar bus, and a gentleman said, I'm not going to be able to see my family this year in Buffalo. And the driver said, why? And he said to the driver, because Coach USA is closing down. So today I was coming from the hospital and I saw a Coach driver, and he told me that they filed for bankruptcy and they were leaving. A new person took over Coach, and we might not have Coach anymore in Olean. It's $200 from here to get to Buffalo, because I love to travel, because I travel back and forth to New Jersey. My son takes me, but for a person that don't have $200 to go see their family for the holiday, what can we do in Olean to help these people? Because these are older people that want to go see their family. For me, tomorrow, I'm taking it on myself to call Coach USA to see what they can do to help us. I don't know if you guys can come to One Accord to find out if there can be another service coming here, if Coach goes, and then our people will be happy. I'm happy with them. I enjoy driving the dollar bus and listening to their concern. So they're not here today, so I'm just voicing homelessness and the concern in the community. I love Olean. I enjoy it. I love the season. I'm a New Yorker down in New Jersey. I enjoy everything about Olean. But the one thing that gives me anxiety is homelessness. The park here, it's crazy. And going up there in the middle of the empty building, that's crazy too. So I'm just asking the whole panel if they can do something to address this situation, that we can live better in our community, because I'm not going anywhere. I enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? At this time, I'll call public comment closed. Finance and bills. Resolutions.
Resolution number 100-24, PL number 96-24, out of committee by Alderman Anastasia, seconded by Alderwoman McCall. Resolution authorizing the transfer of funds from Capital Fund number 213 to line item 8340.447.
Okay, we talked about this previously in committee of the whole, so at this time, I'll make a motion to suspend the rules. Could I get a second? Second by Alderwoman Forney. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. And next, I'll make a motion to amend the amount to read $76,714. Could I get a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Robinson. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. All right. Any comments or questions on this?
Got it.
Alderman Anastasia.
I'd just like to, again, thank the mayor for finding the fundings for the mixer. And I was also talking to Brad last week, and you're gonna be happy, John. There's gonna be a scuba diver cleaning the reservoirs.
This is good news. It's good, you know, I was gonna go on a tangent, and say, you know, it's great when machines can do the work of humans, but every time we pay a machine to do the work of a human, we're putting somebody else out of business, and and that's the direction that we're all going every time we go to the supermarket. So, if this means that some scuba diver jumps in and makes a day's wage, I support that. So,
And you're drinking water.
anyways, any other comments or questions? All right. I believe the motion was made by Alderman Anastasia and seconded by Alderman McCall. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Benyon,
Yes.
Alderman Panis,
Yes.
Alderwoman Forney,
Yes.
Alderwoman McCall,
Yes.
Alderman Robinson,
Yes.
Alderman Anastasia,
Yes.
and President Crawford.
Yes.
Resolution passes unanimously.
Okay, anything before we adjourn? I'll make a motion to adjourn. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman